Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Hannelore Aerts. I am Data Quality Program Manager at healht, the European Institute for Innovation through Health Data. And today I would like to tell you a little bit more on how to assess and improve your health data quality so you can trust what you learn. In a nutshell, the European Institute for Innovation through Health Data is a multi-stakeholder, not-for-profit organization that focuses on the facilitation of optimal uses of health data through a series of complementary services. So my colleagues that have prepared interesting talks for you as well during this conference are experts in information governance and systems quality assessment and certification. And my main focus lies on the promotion and the assessment of health data quality. So this is especially relevant since increasing quantities of health data are being generated today across health organizations, from electronic health records to data collected by patients through their wearables. So these data are collected and used primarily for the delivery of medical care, but because of the numerous opportunities to learn from these data, how to improve patient care and to accelerate research, these data are also often reused. However, problems can arise when the quality requirements differ between the original purpose and the reuse purpose of the data. So to successfully reuse these health data, there is one important condition, and that is that the health data has to be of high quality. So why should we invest in high quality data? Well, various stakeholders all depend on high quality data. Evidently, patients and clinicians want their health data to be safe, rapid, and evidence-based. But also healthcare managers, for example, want to use their resources efficiently and therefore need the data to get insights for their strategic planning. Further, also industry wants to use the routinely collected health data to accelerate clinical research without imposing additional burdens on the patients. Next, also public health agencies, regulators, and health technology assessment agencies and healthcare funders have their own particular reasons why they need high-quality data. And ultimately, everyone wants to achieve the best patient outcomes, and they all know that good data is a critical success factor. Now, obtaining high-quality data seems evident and straightforward, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case in practice. Most real-world data is captured by busy junior healthcare staff working with various kinds of clinical and EHR systems, and these staff have very limited motivations today and almost never any training in the importance of data quality. So several studies have also demonstrated that the real-world data today is of variable quality, and much of it is barely fit for any reuse purpose. So for example, the Electronic Health Records for Clinical Research project, funded by the Innovative Medicines Initiative, has clearly demonstrated that many variables, among which even fundamental ones such as patient weight, are frequently not present within EHR systems. So this figure shows an excerpt from the EHR4CR standardized data inventory, where the availability of the respective items across hospital sites is color-coded. So green indicates that all the data is available, whereas red indicates that no data is available. Black cells indicate that the variable was not even included in the EHR as a standardized structured field. So at the bottom of the table, the final row, you can see the variable weight, and you can see that many of the hospitals have a very low percentage of patient weight recordings. Now, when data are available, errors can be present as well. So during a pilot data quality assessment, we found some implausible combinations of patient height and weight values. So in particular, all the data points that fall below the main diagonal on this figure imply that patients' weight is larger than their height, which is very unlikely to be true. So a subset of these data errors, highlighted by the red circle, are hypothesized to result from value inversions between height and weight recordings. Now, incorrect or absent recordings can have serious implications, even for basic metrics such as patient weight, as demonstrated by these two papers that study the implications of weight errors in a pediatric emergency care setting. So in particular, they found that faulty weight recordings can lead to medication dosage errors, and these in turn can result in patients requiring additional monitoring, examination, or treatment. Hence, data quality assessment is crucial to identify and mitigate data quality problems for proper data use and reuse. But how to assess data quality? There are many different frameworks, and several studies have aimed to define data quality dimensions and methodologies to describe and measure the complex, multidimensional aspects of data quality. So in order to obtain a consensus on which are the most important dimensions of data quality, IHD has brought together a data quality task force composed of international domain experts who bring over a decade of expertise in electronic health records, health data quality, assessment methodologies, and certification programs. So the task force performed a review of the existing literature and organized discussions with about 70 European hospitals during a series of workshops between 2017 and 2018. The resulting selection of data quality dimensions were those that were deemed most important to assess the quality of health data, if this data is to be useful for patient care, but also for organizational learning and for research, including big data research and case finding for clinical trials recruitment. So this slide gives an overview of the 9 data quality dimensions that were selected by the task force based on the existing frameworks in the literature and after their multi-stakeholder consultations. So the completeness, consistency, correctness, and uniqueness dimensions are commonly used in the data quality literature. And although sometimes the first 3 can overlap on their definitions or be contained within each other, we prefer making them orthogonal. For instance, a patient observation is incomplete if it is not registered, inconsistent if it does not comply with the formatting requirements, or incorrect if it is unlikely to be true for a specific patient. So for example, multiple normal kidney blood test results in a patient on dialysis would be consistent, although incorrect. Uniqueness then in turn assesses whether duplications are present among patient records, for example as a result of an incomplete merging of patient records between different hospital departments. Further, stability relates to whether data are comparable among different data sources or over time. For example, everyone is now measuring the number of COVID infections and the related deaths, but it has also been shown that the exact way in which these are measured differ greatly by center and even more so by country. So likewise, when data are collected over time, temporal changes can occur due to several reasons, including the changes in clinical practice or coding schemes that are used in the EHR. Next, timeliness describes how promptly the information is processed or how up-to-date the recorded information is. For example, to evaluate whether a current medication list within an EHR system is up-to-date or whether there is a delay in updating this from a pharmacy subsystem. Next, trustworthiness relates to the availability of registry governance metadata and the data owner's reputation. So for example, it must be possible for someone accessing a health data item or clinical documentation to confidently know when and where it was captured, by whom, and whether it was modified since the original entry. Further, contextualization relates to whether the data are annotated with their acquisition context. So for example, whether blood glucose laboratory results were obtained while the patient was fasting or not. And then finally, representativeness captures whether a dataset is representative for the population it is supposed to be drawn from in order to allow valid inferences. Now, I know these descriptions are quite technical at the moment, but I will show you some visual examples in a bit that I hope can make things a little bit more tangible for you. Now, in order to assess these data quality aspects, we have developed 2 dedicated data quality programs. And the first one is for organizations that want to become true data quality champions. So in this program, we start with some exploratory discussions to identify which data could be assessed, since it's practically infeasible to assess the entire EHR system. We also identify which of the 9 data quality dimensions are most relevant to include and what level of quality is aspired. And then we continue to the data quality assessment. After the assessment, results are summarized in a report that look a little bit like this. So based on the data quality assessment results, improvement strategies can then be proposed and planned. So these improvement strategies are always tailored to the specific data quality results that were obtained. Possible improvement strategies include the organization of workshops for clinical and administrative staff, training of a data manager or a data quality manager, or the implementation of a data quality monitoring dashboard for the continuous and real-time feedback on your data quality. So the data quality monitoring dashboard could look like this, for example. And for example, the top right figure and the bottom left figure, these show the results of some temporal stability analysis. So they show some trends over time in the recorded past medical conditions and in the usage of drugs. And in particular, they show a sharp decrease in 2011 in the amount of past medical conditions that are recorded. And this was related to a change in the coding system that was used at the hospital. On the other hand, relating to the drug usage over time, a gradual increase in the usage of various kinds of drugs was found. So institutions that implement the improvement strategies are then rewarded with a Data Quality Champion seal to highlight their efforts to become a true data quality champion. And after implementation of the improvement strategies, a new cycle could then be initiated to evaluate whether the data quality has improved as a result of those. The second data quality program then is our data quality benchmarking program. Here the aim is slightly different. We assess a specific dataset for a specific reuse purpose. Benchmarking of the data quality results can then be performed against pre-specified quality criteria, or we can construct a ranking in case multiple datasets are assessed. For example, these figures show the distribution of data quality results per dimension, so the first one of completeness, the second one of consistency, where the aspired score is marked in blue and the dataset's current score is shown in red. The outcome of this program is then a report representing the results, and when the dataset meets the quality criteria that have been pre-specified, a data quality benchmarking seal is awarded. Okay, so thank you for listening. I hope I've been able to convince you of the importance of data quality. And please get in touch with me or my colleagues if you have any further questions or if you're interested in one of our programs. Bye-bye.